welcome to the Texas Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. If your question is just for one school, make sure to name the school in your question so the representative knows it is for her or for him. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists can't see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening. Be sure to sign up for additional ones where you signed up for this one. This presentation is being recorded. It'll be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Texas. We are in session C3. Let me scroll through to get to that. Right in the center of your screen, you can see the 6 schools that will be presenting during this session. All right, I have gotten the housekeeping stuff out of the way, so I will step out of the way and turn it over to our first representative from Duke Kunshan University.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
No worries.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. My name is Lindsay Parker, and I am a Global Recruitment Officer for Duke Kunshan University, which is Duke University's new joint venture university in China. We are a new university, essentially offering a Duke Education 2.0 taught in English in China to top international students from all around the world. You do not need to know any Chinese language at all to apply or to get in. You would just start learning it once you're on campus. The entire curriculum is taught in English. As a joint venture university, we are owned and operated by 3 partners. Duke University, which is typically ranked in the US top 10, worldwide top 20. Wuhan University, which is in China's top 10. And our students study on both campuses and earn 2 degrees, one from Duke Kunshan and another US bachelor's degree from Duke. This is the city of Kunshan. It is one of the greenest and wealthiest cities per capita in all of China and an emerging technology and innovation hub. From here, it's about 20 minutes on the high-speed train to Shanghai, which is one of the biggest and most international cultural hubs in all of China. Our students also have easy access to Chinese historic water towns like this one, where they can ride in the gondolas and visit with the locals making handicrafts and different dishes. So it's nice to have access very easily and quickly to both the modern cities and more of traditional historic China. Our flagship study away is the study at Duke, which is done typically during either the fall or the spring semester of the junior year. Our students live on campus at Duke University in North Carolina and get to select from the courses offered there. And then, as I mentioned before, actually get to graduate with both degrees, the Chinese degree from Duke Kunshan and the US bachelor's degree from Duke. We are a research-oriented liberal arts and sciences university, taking an innovative, practical, and global approach to higher education. We have about 60% Chinese nationals on campus and about 40% international. We'll be about 2,000 undergraduates at full capacity, and we already have over 50 different countries and nationalities represented. All of our majors are interdisciplinary dual majors that have been pre-packaged together, almost like a double major or a major and a minor, and great preparations for international careers, whether in business, diplomacy, or just something like global China studies. We have an innovative 7-week mini-master schedule, and while classes are held in the classroom Monday through Thursday, Fridays are dedicated to experiential learning outside of the classroom in all kinds of different ways, from field trips to research to clubs, activities, and sports. We have the most gorgeous brand new student residences I've ever seen anywhere. So these are lovely and our students really enjoy them. Currently, over 80% of our international students, including US students, receive reduced tuition through scholarships and financial aid. And those packages do go over up to 100% tuition coverage for all 4 years. For any of you out there who are juniors and below, typically, if you apply to Duke Kunshan University and you get accepted, we will actually fly you out to China in late April to tour the campus, take sample classes, meet other international admits, and really feel like you get a chance to decide if this is the right fit for you. Part of that wonderful experience is that we are currently operating safely face-to-face and coordinating the return of overseas students, faculty, and staff. If you would like to get more info, maybe take a longer info session or a student-led virtual tour, and also a wonderful, nice, soft t-shirt, please go ahead and scan this QR code here, and that will take you to the events page where you can see our full-length online events. So thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me for this.
Thank you very much. And I'll remind attendees that if they have questions for any of our presenters, please use the Q&A button at any time to ask your questions. And if it is for a specific institution, just make sure to name the school in your question so they know it is for them. Up next, we'll hear from the representative from Temple University, Japan campus.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning from Tokyo. So my name is Andrew. I'm an admissions counselor here at Temple University Japan campus. I'm going to give you a very quick introduction to our university. But I want to start with an introduction to Japan, why you should consider Japan as a study destination. We have a very unique culture here. Whether you're an anime manga fan, you like Japanese cuisine, like sushi, the history, the architecture of Japan, there really is something for everyone here in this amazing city. There's great work opportunities now for students, with Japan actively seeking people from abroad to come in and work in Japan, and specifically in Tokyo. And Japanese is not a requirement to come and study in Tokyo. It's a very international city. Many of the signs and in restaurants now have English menus, for example. So it is easy to get by with without a large level of Japanese. But you can certainly start learning the language or continue to learn Japanese when you join us at TU Day. Now, focusing specifically on Temple University Japan campus, we're a branch campus of Temple University main campus, which originates out of Philadelphia on the east coast of the United States. We're simply a smaller branch campus extension of that school. So we're offering a Temple University degree. Our students who come to study with us and do their full 4-year undergraduate degree will graduate with exactly the same Temple University degree as those students studying in Temple University in the main campus. Temple University, in addition to Philadelphia and Tokyo, we have a campus in Rome, Italy, as well as a number of other study abroad partners. As I mentioned earlier, it is possible to do your full 4-year undergraduate degree in Japan. You can split your time up between those 3 campuses as well. Specifically on our Tokyo location, we are very lucky to be located in the middle of Tokyo. A great vantage point to go on Shinjuku and Shibuya. I like to say this is where the cool kids like to hang out. Great shopping, great restaurants. And these places are located within 15 minutes of the campus itself. In terms of your TUJ experience in the classroom, in addition to your regular lecture style classes, we do a lot of case study work. This could be, for example, working online with a company in Silicon Valley in the US, for example, going into the boardroom of Häagen-Dazs Japan and working on a marketing project with them as well. We offer credit-bearing internships, so semester-long internships where you're going to get work experience with a company within Tokyo as well. And then we have a very extensive activities program. So when you're finished with your classes, we offer the opportunity to, get involved in some cultural workshops, for example, and go explore Tokyo and Greater Japan in the whole. It's a very diverse campus. We have around 70 different nationalities represented within our student group. That diversity is also reflected in the faculty within the main campus to teach each semester at TUJ. We average around 1,300 students per year. So we have a very small community within TUJ. You'll get to know your fellow classmates very well. Class sizes are around 21 students per class. And the faculty are very accessible. There's an open door policy in terms of accessing the faculty. So again, it's a very strong community feel within the school. Our focus here is on 10 undergraduate majors, mainly in the liberal arts field. I don't have time to go through each one in much detail now, but it is possible to double major, major minor. For example, a very popular combination being something like international business studies with a minor in Japanese. We're the oldest foreign university campus in Japan. We've been here for nearly 40 years. But 2019, we reached a huge milestone with a brand new campus. This is a purpose-built facility for TUJ. And we struck up a new collaborative partnership with Showa Women's University. So students now have access to facilities on both campuses, a number of different collaborative activities with this university. So we're excited to see how this partnership grows as we settle into the new campus. One of our big benefits of being a smaller branch campus is our tuition fees. They come in at around $15,000 per year. You are able to use financial aid in the Japan campus as well. And we do offer a number of merit-based scholarships for students. One of the big benefits of being an international student in Japan is you are allowed to work part-time, up to 28 hours a week, with jobs available on campus as well as off campus. Applying is very simple. We do rolling admissions. You can apply via our online application form. If you're applying for fall semester, you can also find TUJ on the Common App. We are also now test optional, so you are not required to submit an SAT or ACT. We have a number of events going on at the moment. We have a number of online webinars, sample classes, webinars with current students. So I encourage you to go and check those out on our website as well. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, there are contact details there, the QR code, and thank you for your time today. Thanks.
Thank you very much. And any questions that you want to ask right now, use the Q&A button. And if it is a question for a specific school, just make sure to name the school in your question so the representative knows it is for them. Up next, we will hear from the representative from Trinity College, Dublin.
Thank you so much, Russ. Hopefully you guys can see my screen all right here. Yeah, I'm Amanda Lundberg. I'm with Trinity College, Dublin. I'm actually based in San Antonio, Texas, so hopefully not too far from some of you. I lived abroad for 12 years personally, and it was the best decision I ever made, so I'm excited to share with you a little bit more about studying in Ireland. I'm going to jump right in here. So Trinity College Dublin is the oldest and highest ranked university in Ireland. We were founded in 1592 and have a long tradition of being a global research-led university with a diverse and vibrant community. We have nearly 19,000 students, of which come from 120 different countries. Roughly 28% of our students are international, with 40% of our staff. And we were recently ranked 8th in the world for being most international, which we were really excited about. We were also first in Europe for producing entrepreneurs and recognized for this innovation. And as the final stat here, Ireland is ranked as one of the top 15 safest countries in the world. So a little bit about Ireland and Dublin. Ireland is an inviting, friendly country. It feels familiar with English language being spoken. Ireland's also a gateway to Europe, of course, and home to many of the world's leading financial, business, and biomedical and IT companies, as you can see from this photo here. And Dublin is an ideal place to visit and study. It's a blend of a cosmopolitan European capital with a smaller city feel, and everything is at your doorstep in Dublin, and it's a very, very safe city. Dublin's been voted as one of the best student cities in the world, and Trinity, as you can see, is at the exact physical center and heart of Dublin. So here you can see some of our top 10 courses that US students typically choose from. I've also included our dual BA with Columbia University here. We offer a wide range of subject areas here, hundreds of course combinations. We have 24 different schools of study across 3 different faculty areas. And you can study things either on their own as a single honors, or you can do joint honors where you combine subjects either as a double major or a major and a minor. And you can also do pre-structured interdisciplinary programs that are kind of pre-packaged for you. And one of the most intriguing things, I suppose, about studying in Europe in general is that most schools, including Trinity, there are no general education requirements. So you do begin your program and start doing your major or your minor from day one. This is a little just what we typically look for from students doing the US high school diploma. We also accept the IB diploma and French baccalaureate, so let me know if you have questions on those. We too are also test optional for 2021 entry, and will continue to be flexible regarding SATs and ACTs, knowing that many students have not been able to take these this year. You can see here what other academic criteria we would consider if this has affected you. But as far as applying, our applications are program specific, and they're made directly through our subject page on our website. The portal is open usually from October with rolling admission until June, though some subjects have earlier deadlines, as you can see here. You'll include a 500-word focused personal statement on your motivation for studying your subject, as well as contact details for 2 academic referees, and you'll be able to upload any supporting documents directly to the application, or they can be emailed directly, as well as sent through third parties such as Naviance and Score. You can make up to 3 applications, so you can apply to different subject areas if you wanted to. The first application is seen as your first preference. So we have lots and lots of support for our international students, for all of our students, but of course the international students too. We understand that moving abroad is maybe a daunting thing. You might be worried about, starting a new life in a new country where you don't know anyone, but you won't be alone. We have tons of support that you'll have right at your fingertips. And just a few to point out here, because this is a lot of information, is that each of our undergraduate students has a personal academic tutor. Your tutor is a member of the academic staff who's appointed and looks after your general welfare and developments in all academic areas. You kind of lean on them as an advisor. And we also have a global room on campus, which is our main support hub for international students, and also an event space for things we do on campus. Here you can get advice from our global staff. You can meet our global student ambassadors, and we put on over 300 events every year, including events celebrating holidays from around the world. We also have, of course, loads of clubs and student societies you can get involved with, over 200 of these. Different sports clubs include European sports as well as American sports, which can be played socially or competitively. And then also academic, language, performing arts, and visual arts, lots of niche hobby interests, things like that you can get involved with our student societies. And these clubs and societies are a great way to get involved on campus and meet other students, but also a great way to get to know Dublin. All of our fees are depending on subject, so you can have a look on our website to see what your subject area might be. But you can see how competitive we are with some of the popular schools in Texas specifically. Our fees are on average $26,000 per year, and our cost of living is on average $16,000 per year. But of course, this is going to vary on students' lifestyle. But we also offer tons of support with school-specific scholarships, one particularly for US students, and you can also apply for financial aid through FAFSA. And this is just a few of our famous faces, some of our alumni that have come through Trinity's doors. We have Oscar Wilde, who's known for his poetry and playwriting, Ernest Walton, a Nobel Prize winner for Splitting the Atom, and some notable figures from TV and film. And then finally, Mary Robinson, who was the first female president of Ireland. And I'll leave you with this gorgeous picture of our old library. This is the long room. A fun fact about our school is that we are Ireland's deposit library. So we have copies of every publication across Ireland and Northern Ireland. And we're also home to the Book of Kells. So thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, we'd love to answer those. Be sure to follow us on Instagram as we get ready to kick off our open week of events. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions that you have for any of our presenters, just use the Q&A button. You can ask the questions at any time. If it's for a specific school, just make sure to name the school in your question so they know it's for them. Up next, we'll hear from the representatives from Universidad de las Américas, Puebla.
Hi, okay, thank you. All right, let me share. Awesome. So I want to make sure we're getting in here, right? I wanted to start off with a video just because we've seen a lot of stuff going through. This is our campus. I just wanted to take a minute and kind of show you our school and introduce you to Puebla, Mexico, La Universidad de las Américas. We are a U.S. accredited school through TACAC, so you are going to an American university. We have almost all of our degree programs are accredited through different accreditations in the world. So these are just a few for biology, engineering. We also have the ABIT through different other engineering sites. We are also accredited through AACSB for banking and master's degrees, public accounting, and business administration. Okay, so just a little bit more about us. This is like our faculty. 99% all have a graduate degree. 85% have a doctoral degree. Something that's really interesting about our faculty is more than half of our faculty is part of the Mexican think tank, for a better word. They're the ones that work with the government on different research projects that they're doing ongoing throughout this time. So like, for instance, right now with COVID, they're coming to our professors, asking our professors, okay, how can we logistically roll this out? And so they work together with a bunch of other parts of the country to be able to kind of roll it out and see what's best. So it's pretty interesting to see our professors in action. So the majority of our professors have studied abroad and have international studies under their belt. We have 20-to-1 is our ratio right now. So you're not in this huge class. We have about 8,000 students total on campus. We're a uni campus. We don't believe in having satellite campuses throughout Mexico. So we just have one, and we're very happy with our one. We are considered a 5-star institution by QS Stars. Only 63 campuses in the world are ranked a 5-star institution. So that's something we're very proud of. You could see through our video, our facilities are all state of the art. You can think we're third world, but when you come on campus, we are very much first world. We work with companies that are all around us. We're about 45 minutes away from Mexico City, an hour. And so we have a lot going on within the largest city in our country, our capital, and then Puebla. And so we have a lot going on to be able to engage our students in the work that's going on around us. We have 150 labs that are amazing. You saw in the video. Our entire campus is at the base of a volcano, and it's also right next to the largest pyramid in the world. So when you get to go there, you'll hear about that all the time. We have 5 residential colleges, which are like our dorms on campus. And we also do participate in intercollegiate sports. Lots of colleges abroad don't do that. And so we do. We have football teams, we have track, volleyball, basketball, so for males and females. So we have over 200 exchange programs. So once you join us and you decide, okay, I'm going to study business administration and I want to work for HR for a company in Germany, we have tons of different exchange programs where you could either go live over there to learn the language better, or you can work with companies in Mexico, because there are a lot of German companies in Mexico, and then get an exchange program to go do your internship over there. Some of our strategic partnerships, these are just a few, and they are companies from all over the world. So if that's something that interests you, we have it for you. If it's not somebody who's listed and you know, we can start looking for that and see, you could be the first one. These are some of our also participating business programs where we do internships from our campus within our city. We have the largest private library in the nation. We do offer scholarships and financial aid. You do have to do your FAFSA. We do offer loans as well as scholarships for international students. We do look at your admissions criteria, and we offer academic tutoring. We have over 52 academic degree programs in 5 different schools. These are them. These are our master's programs. We are accredited with HCC, which is like a community college, to be able to help you through that. Like I said, we do agree with FAFSA. Our cost right now is about $15,000 a year, and that's for living on campus and everything included. So it's just a little bit more than community college. All right, if you have any questions, please let us know, udlap.mx. And right now, we just need you to create your profile, and we'll talk with you about admissions and everything else.
Thank you very much. And questions for any of our representatives, just make sure to use the Q&A button at any time, and you can ask the question and get the answers. Up next, we'll hear from the representative from University College Cork.
Hey, thank you so much. My name is Maggie Cardosi, and as Russ said, I represent University College Cork in Ireland. And I actually loved studying in Ireland so much. I did it twice. So I'm very happy to have the opportunity to share with you a little bit about a place that has definitely become my second home, and I hope you will consider home as well. So UCC is located in Cork City, which is the 2nd largest city in Ireland and is located down around the southern coast of the country, around 2.5 hours south of Dublin. A recent Lonely Planet review once said that everything good in Ireland can be found in Cork. And I think that that is definitely true. Not only is Cork safe, friendly, and welcoming, it's also very easy to navigate. It's very walkable. There's tons to keep you busy in Cork City, even though it's a pretty small city with about 200,000 people altogether. It's over-indexed when it comes to culture, with dozens of museums, theaters, concert venues, and some of the best food and markets that I personally have ever been to. We're also a hub for international business, technology, and research, which is really great when it comes to employability. And I'll talk about that a little bit later on. But Cork is also home to some of Ireland's most beautiful heritage sites, beaches, and landscapes, which, if they're not located right in Cork City, are an easy bus or train ride away. And it's also very easy not only to get to the rest of Ireland via bus or train, but you can also get to Europe and beyond via our Cork International Airport, which is about 4 miles from our campus. Speaking of campus, UCC is located just a quick 15-minute walk from the heart of Cork City Center on a on beautiful grounds that date from 1845. And we have a gorgeous mix of both the historical and modern on our campus. All the services that you need are right at your fingertips, from your academic buildings to our sports center, even an art gallery on campus. We have over 130 undergraduate degree programs that are internationally recognized, which means that your degree is going to mean something wherever you choose to take it in the world. And we're #1 for the student experience in Ireland. So we have over 200 different support services for both mental, physical health, academic well-being, but also for fun and getting you integrated into our campus community. So you can get involved in any of our sports clubs and societies is a great way to get to know the students around you. And our students come from all over the world. We welcome about 22,000 students every year from 104 different countries. So you'll both be living and studying with students from Ireland and students from all over the globe. And speaking of the globe, we're very proud to be the world's first green campus and currently in the top 10 for our sustainability practices. So if human impact on the environment is something that's very important to you, you will find a supportive and like-minded community at UCC. Our 130 different degree programs are spread across 4 different colleges, and we have everything that you can typically find at a US university, from English and languages, theater, drama, life sciences, business, engineering, and even medicine and dentistry at the undergraduate level. But we also have some pretty cool niche programs that are relatively unique to UCC. So things like anthropology, chemistry with forensic science, criminology, public health sciences, and applied geosciences. All of our programs are either 3 or 4 years in length, and they're direct entry programs. And a lot of our programs actually offer really nice scholarships for international students of up to 25% of your tuition costs for the full 4 years of your program. Practical learning is really the cornerstone of our curriculum at UCC. So almost all of our degree programs will include either work placement or study abroad options to ensure that you are both world and work ready once you graduate. Speaking of graduation, we are very proud of our employability rates at UCC. So about 94% of our undergraduates are employed or in further study within 6 months of graduation. We're a leader for industry engagement in Ireland, and I've included kind of a sampling of the different industry partners that we would have who would actually be located right in Cork. So you might recognize some of these places like Pepsi, Pfizer. Pfizer is definitely in the news these days, but there are other companies that we would place students with on those work placements, and many of those companies go on to hire our students after they graduate. And as an American student, you can avail of an automatic 1-year stay back visa to stay around in Ireland after you graduate looking for work. When it comes to the application process, it's pretty straightforward. You would apply directly on our website, which is just there. And we do rolling admission from about December 10th every year. We look primarily at your academic requirements. So we're looking for an unweighted GPA of 3.0 or a 26 total IB. We would also look at standardized test scores like SAT or ACT, although for this year, we are being flexible on those requirements because of the difficulties posed by the pandemic. We also look for recommendation letters and a 500-word essay detailing why you're interested in studying at UCC. One thing to note, though, is some more competitive programs may look for additional requirements. So if you have any specific questions, I'm more than happy to help you through that process. So I'm going to leave it at that for now, but if you would like additional information, I've got that QR code there, as well as our website and my contact details. And if you have any questions, please let me know. So as they say in Ireland, go Mil Malagat, and thanks for listening.
Thank you very much. And I'll leave that up for a second as I remind people that if you have questions for anyone, if you still want to ask questions, you can use the Q&A button. It's not too late. Go ahead and do that. And if it's for a specific representative, just name the school in your question. Up next, we'll hear from the representative from the University of Melbourne.
Hi, everyone. My name is Julia, and I work for the University of Melbourne, based in Melbourne, Australia. So one of the really great advantages of doing a degree at Melbourne is that our degrees are only 3 years. We don't do really gen ed requirements, and we're sort of the equivalent of an Ivy League down under. And one of the best things, of course, is that you get to be in a beautiful, welcoming country and have a great adventure. So we are actually ranked #1 in Australia, and we're ranked 25th in the world. So we're a large public research intensive university that has all sorts of different programs, everything from the humanities to science and so on. And as you can see, a lot of these rankings by subject globally are in the top 20. So this is a list of our different majors for the different programs. So a little point of difference is that you have to have a little bit of an idea of what you want to study, and you apply directly to that program, but you don't have to actually choose your major until your second year. So you do get the flexibility of taking about 25% of your classes outside of your major. So it is very flexible and focused at the same time. Very straightforward and transparent entry requirements. So we will really only be looking at your GPA and your SAT or your ACT score, and we do require some AP prerequisites. You can apply with an IB diploma as well. No essays, no personal statements or references, and extracurriculars are not really considered. Each program has slightly different entry requirements, but if you meet the entry requirements, you're most likely going to get an offer. So this is just an idea of what the minimum requirements are for the different programs for a US high school diploma and an IB diploma. For 2021, of course, with COVID, we have alternatives for the SAT and ACT. We have an online stat test that you could do, or you can do an AP aggregate. So the seasons are a little different down under. I always liked, having Christmas holiday or winter break, at the beach, maybe have a barbecue. The weather is quite mild in Melbourne. And the semesters are different. So Sem 1 is March to June, and semester 2 is July to November. So it can actually be very affordable to do your full degree at Melbourne. You can use US student loans, and we do have merit-based scholarships available. This is sort of just a cost comparison of some in-state options in California, and you're also getting out into the workforce a year sooner. And we definitely appreciate that, your education is going to be one of the biggest investments that you ever make. So we're really proud to rank 7 in the world for graduate employability. We have over 1,600 industry partners for internships. There's work integrated learning, all sorts of really great innovative research going on. So we were the first to grow and map the coronavirus outside of China, which has helped with vaccine development and treatment. Lots of really great stuff going on at the Melbourne Biomedical Precinct. Lots of opportunities for students to explore their interests outside of their major with elective classes. Huge alumni network across the world to help set you up for your career when you come back to your home country. So definitely, for me, I think one of the best things about UniMelb is its location, its beautiful campus. We're located about 10-15 minutes from downtown Melbourne, which was rated the most livable city in the world for 7 years in a row. We have a separate campus vibe, and we've been around since 1853, so lots of beautiful old sandstone buildings as well. We do definitely have a lot of modern facilities as well, including the arts building, the design, and so on. So it's sort of the best of both worlds. And a lot of really great places to hang out in campus. So again, lots to do in Melbourne. There are more cafes and restaurants per capita, and same with live music venues, than any other city in the world. So people are really engaged in life, and it's a very multicultural city. There's, I think 25% of the people, Australians, have at least one parent that was born overseas. So you meet people from all over the world. And lots to do, from clubs and museums, and sports and so on. The Great Ocean Road is only actually at about an hour from campus, so you can have really easy access to nature. And our beach communities are only about 30-40 minutes away from campus. Please feel free to book a Zoom call if you want to go over this in more depth, or sign up for our mailing list to learn a little bit more. I will stop sharing my screen, and thanks very much.
Thank you very much. And I want to invite all of our representatives to come back on camera and turn on their microphones. I'll play talk show host, and we'll do a quick little round robin Q&A here to add a little info for our attendees, both those who are in the session live and those who will be accessing this through the recording. So we'll see what we have time for, but we'll have you answer in the same order that you presented. And the question we have here is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process right now? We'll start with Duke Kunshan University.
Hi, so we know that you guys can't physically tour most of the campuses that you're interested in, especially the ones abroad. But I would think that most, if not all of us, are hosting online events like online info sessions, online campus tours. So for the universities at the top of your list, please look for those online engagements, because they can provide a wealth of info to help you picture what your life would be like at that university a lot better.
Okay. Temple University Japan campus.
Yeah, thank you. Echoing what was just being said, really, there's abundance of resources now. Universities are probably more accessible than ever in terms of resources online. You're not just limited to virtual tours either. There's webinars with students where you can chat to those directly. Various forums online where you can hear opinions from students as well. So just look at those different resources you have available. There's a broad range looking at what students say, what the teachers are saying, the virtual tours, etc. Start early, so you have time to look at all these different resources as well. But yeah, there's a lot of different options out there now. Yeah, check it out. Thank you.
Trinity College, Dublin.
Yeah, I'd say adding on to what both of these guys have said, just with resources, we all represent our various universities here. So I think the best tip for me is to get in touch with one of us, because we're kind of that source for you of answers to any of your questions, just to give you an idea of what it's like to study abroad, to live abroad, all of that. We're here to help answer those questions. So that's probably my biggest tip, is to get in touch.
Next up, Puebla.
I would also add, yes, all of us have studied abroad, and that's what made us love what we're doing. So asking us those questions that you're worried about, you're scared about, how feasible is this for me? How much is my family going to be behind me? Because you're going to need that when you're out here. So making sure you can ask those questions. We'll give you the truth. We'll tell you how hard it is. We'll tell you what's easy. We'll tell you the fun parts. Just ask.
University College Cork.
I would say, don't be afraid. Just do it. Go abroad. This is the time in your life where you have the time and the space to spend your full 3 or 4 years in a different country. So embrace the challenge and be prepared to have a really amazing experience that will change your life.
And University of Melbourne.
I think I'll echo my colleagues and just say I really encourage you to consider going overseas and really just cost out what it would, cost to attend a university overseas versus, some in-state options or some out-of-state options. And you might be surprised that it can be quite comparable. And, check out the ratings. There's a lot of really excellent schools out there. So just, take advantage of opportunities when you can.
Sounds good. Well, I want to thank all of our representatives, not just for that great advice, but also for all the information about your individual schools. And I want to thank our attendees for joining us tonight. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted. Be sure to sign up for additional ones. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Texas. Once again, thank you to each of our representatives presenting tonight. Thank you very much for taking the time to do it. And I want to wish all of you a great rest of your Monday night. Thank you.
Thank you.